Welcome to this new video. I'm Dean Wingate and I'm back again, this time with another preview video for the National League games which are happening midweek. There's a handful of games happening in midweek and I'm here to give you my predictions for those games. And we're going to very quickly crack on with these games and let you know what I think is going to happen in the upcoming fixtures. First of all, we have Bournemouth up against Altrincham. Bournemouth are absolutely riding the crest of a wave in the FA Cup. They've got lowly Altrincham. Altrincham really are starting to struggle, and they've definitely plateaued. They're definitely not the team they were at the start of the season. They're down in 17th. Altrincham, Bournemouth are in the playoffs in 5th, but with between 3 and 4 games in hand on all teams around them. And being at home, I think they're going to fancy a win, to be honest. I can only see that one going one way, and I'm going to say a win for Bournemouth, 3-1. Next, probably the game of the night in the sense of the National League on Tuesday night. It's Bromley up against Stockport County, and like I said, game of the night. If you're going to look at fixtures, stands out. You know, Stockport, who are top spot, playing 4th place Bromley. This is a coin flip, really. I mean, it's Stockport are sort of like, they've kind of gone under the radar out of the most of the top teams. You know, because everyone's been talking about Chesterfield and what's gone on there, and Wrexham with the amount of money they've spent. Like I said, Bournemouth would have been the quiet ones, but Stockport have kind of, from the start of the season, they've really started to really find their niche. You know, and 17 wins from the first 27 games this season. You've got to fancy Stockport, but again, Bromley are, they're a team, whether you like them or you don't like them, you know, whether you're fans of them, whether you're not fans of them. I always say with Michael Cheek, for Bromley, they've always got that threat, and it being at Bromley as well, it's making it hard to making it hard to decide which way to go with this. Do you know, I'm gonna sneak Bromley to nick this. I'm gonna say Bromley to win 2-1 over Stockport. It's one of those games, if you like, sort of bet on. Whoever you back, it's not stupid. Whoever you back is not stupid, and you know, I'm just, because of home advantage, I'm just going to edge it to Bromley. Would it be a surprise to me? Not at Bromley. At the minute, Bromley are a very good side. You know, whether you agree with some of the statements Andy Woodman comes up with sometimes, he is. He's putting his money where his mouth is, really, in that they're getting results and they're difficult to beat at home. So I'm going to say Bromley to beat the league leaders. 2-1, as I say. Next, we have a game that has been postponed, I think, twice before, or at least once before. Dover up against Notts County. Dover are absolutely... they're in dire straits. I've even worked out with Dover, they could be down as early as March the 5th. If it could be earlier, but really at the earliest, they could be down in 3 weeks' time. If they get 5 more defeats, they will be relegated. If you look at the table for Dover, you've got to feel for Dover supporters at least. I mean, Dover's still on -5, only 1 win this season, only 4 draws and 23 defeats. They are 32 points from safety. There's only about 48 points more to play for. They're relegated without being relegated. And it's one of these games that... well, will it get on? That's the big question. Notts County went down there when it was arranged in January, and about an hour and a half before, or 2 hours before kickoff, the game got postponed. There's a chance of inclement weather again at Dover. Dover again. Obviously, they'll be hoping to get this on. If the game does go ahead, hopefully the weather, stays good enough to get the game on. I'm not going to go a heavy win for Notts County. I am going to go for a Notts County win. I think Dover is just waiting for that nail in the coffin, really. But I did see an interesting stat for Dover. In the last 13 games, they've only actually lost by more than a 2-goal margin twice. So what I can say about Dover, which is what I thought, they're competitive. They may not be winning games. Their only win this season came against Eastleigh in Ben Streven's last match. But, they're competitive in games, although the league table would say otherwise. While Dover are on -5 at the bottom, Notts County are in 9th place on 45 points. You've got to fancy Notts to win this game. I'm actually going to go Notts County to win 2-1 against Dover. And I don't think... I always say with games like this, I don't think that Notts will run away with it. But at the same time, if they score early, it could become that. It could become a rout, if Notts County score early. But I give Dover some hope in regards to the match being competitive. But I do fancy Notts to win 2-1 at Dover Athletic. And if you're a Notts County fan or a Dover fan, but mainly a Notts fan, if you are making the trip to the Crabble, then do look out on Notts County's and Dover's social media, and they should give you updates as to where there's pitch inspections or where the game will be going ahead as planned. Next, we have Kings Lynn up against Woking. Kings Lynn, another team that are without doubt fighting a losing battle, in my honest opinion. Second bottom, 15 points. Tommy Witherington is in charge there. Credit to them that they got a draw with Grimsby last midweek. I was actually at that game. God, it was cold. And they had the game plan, and they stifled us. And fair play to Kings Lynn, they came with the idea and stuck to it and did it. This game coming up though, even though they're at home, I don't really fancy him too much. Well, actually, no, I'm going to rephrase that. I do fancy him against Woking. Woking are coming off that last minute defeat to Southend. And I think Kings Lynn are going to get a win. Woking are one of those teams at the moment that, they could get that win against. They're going to probably believe it, although they lost last time out, Kings Lynn. They're going to feel as though they could. Woking are 15th. Obviously they've got the Dendry and Effie on, and obviously they've got David Long King on loan from us at Grimsby. They've got a few decent players at Woking. But Kings at home will probably feel like that they could probably spring a surprise. I don't think so. I'm going to go for a 1-0 win for Woking. What I've seen of Kings Lynn, they haven't got anything really definitely in the forward line. I'm sure they'll give a bit more at home than what they did when they went away. But from what I've seen, Michael's still got to go to Kings Lynn this season. So I don't want to disrespect them, but I feel like Woking will nick this by a goal to 0. The next game is Wealdstone up against Maidenhead. Now, talk about a coin flip of a game this. This is a game where, you just really, really don't know. There is literally a point between... No, there isn't. There's 4 points between them in the table. But it'll feel like there's literally a point between them. Let's say that. Alan Devonshire, again, pulling off miracles at Maidenhead, really. Wealdstone winning the last 2 since they lost to Grimsby. Winning the last 2 games. A fairly, a very good season so far for Wealdstone, to be honest with you. 8 games from their 26 played. 8 wins from their 26 games played. A very, very respectable season so far for Wealdstone. And this one is always tricky, though. Whenever you play Maidenhead, you don't, do you really want to go against Maidenhead? Because Maidenhead are one of these people that one of these teams, sorry, that could do the, that could turn up and turn you over. So much so, I'm actually going to go for a Maidenhead win. I'm going to go for Wealdstone 1, Maidenhead 2. And I'll just say it's the Alan Devonshire effect. So 2-1 to Maidenhead is my prediction. And the final game being played midweek is Weymouth up against Eastleigh. Where did this result come from at the weekend for Weymouth? I have absolutely no idea. 98th minute equaliser from Akeem Rose to get Weymouth a draw last time out. Absolutely insane against Chesterfield. Where in the world did they find that from? It's a game that, it's a thing. I think when I looked at it and I saw the picture of Akeem Rose running away in celebration, I could not believe it. It just shows you, even though it might sound like I'm ruling Kings Lynn out in their game and I'm ruling Dover out in theirs, you can't really rule anyone out in these games. I'm going to go for no Eastleigh win. I'm going to go for I'm going to say no, I'm not. I'm actually going to go for, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go for a draw here between Eastleigh and Weymouth. Weymouth are, all the teams at the bottom, they're all battling. And I just think Weymouth can get a draw here, can get a point. So I'm going to go Weymouth 1, Eastleigh 1. And they are my predictions for the midweek round of fixtures in the National League. I have got another National League preview coming up on Thursday to preview the weekend, because there is a game on Friday, and then we'll talk through the Saturday games as well. If you did like this video, do like and subscribe. Comment as well what you think your predictions for these midweek fixtures are going to be. If today Dover or Notts County fans, do you think the game will even go ahead, or will it get postponed again? Hopefully not for any Notts County fans travelling, but also not for any Dover fans as well. So yeah, let me know down below what you guys think, and I'll be back on Thursday with another National League preview for the weekend games ahead. I'll see you guys very, very soon. See you soon.